Hello, hi everyone. Right, I hope you're all good. So I said to a few people have asked me recently, okay, how do I make a reel? What do I do? All of that jazz. And I was like, do you know what? It's just rather than me do message people like 100 times the same message over and over again, I just thought it'd be easier to offer a training, record it, and then people can watch it back as they please and at their own leisure. You can have a go with this, or you might already be doing it, and actually, I might be able to help with something. But I want to make a massive disclaimer before I start, okay? I am not an expert, like, absolutely not an expert. I have been trying to grow my Instagram account again for some time now, and it's not hugely successful. However, it is starting, things are starting to change slightly, and I've noticed a bit of a shift recently in like engagement and things like that. And some of you might be like, okay, I just want to get confident with using it. Like, I'd love to hear just pop in the comments, like, what worries you most about using Instagram? For me, I feel like I'm very confident using Facebook. Most of us probably started using Facebook and then Instagram became this new platform and we didn't really touch it. Or you did, you carried on using it like Facebook, and then Instagram changes all of the time, different things, and you're like, oh my God, Facebook changes seem really minor in comparison to Instagram. And you read all these posts that are like, Facebook, Instagram has changed again. And it went from being like a picture app where it was just pictures and very shallow, I would call it. It still is a shallow app, in my opinion. To suddenly it was all about video and all about making videos. And suddenly we all went, oh, can't do that. Just absolutely. That is just so out of my comfort zone because it's a little bit of a challenge because it comes with like things that you need to do. Interaction, yeah, Nikki, I feel you. Laura Sawkins will tell you I've probably bugged the life out of her for the last year, trying different things on my Instagram to grow a little bit of interaction. So we're all in the same boat. But basically, what I've been doing over the last year is probably I've paid for a couple of courses, really basic ones. They've not cost me a huge amount of money, but learned quite a bit from that. And then this year I made it my mission that I'm just gonna, do you know what? I'm just gonna go for it and post on it consistently. Because the one thing I've been hearing in all the training that I've been doing is you need to sometimes give an app like Instagram like a year before you give up. And I was like, well, I definitely haven't done the same thing for a year. I have definitely given up, tried something new, given up, tried something new, started a new account. I literally have had ADHD when it's come to Instagram. Like that's the only way I can describe it. However, that's going to stop this year. And my big focus for Instagram is because I feel like, one, there is a younger demographic over there. There is that, right? But two, more importantly, because I'm probably talking to people, a range of age groups here tonight. There are going to be some of you in your 20s, some of you in your 30s, some of you in your 40s, some of you in your 50s. We may even have some 60-year-olds on. I don't know everyone's ages. But Instagram has a niche and a place for every single age demographic. We just need to work out how to make content, i.e., reels, because that is the content that's being shown the most, short form content at the moment on Instagram. And we need to work out how to do that for our age demographic. So I will talk about the what to make towards the end, but I thought to start with, I would literally just give you a whistle stop tour of very basic how to make a reel. Okay. I'm going to talk to you as if you know nothing. And I know that that's like, I don't want to teach you to suck eggs. If you already know what you're doing with this might not be for you. But I am going to talk to you as if you sort of know nothing. Okay. And then hopefully you'll be like, I've learned something. So I can't mirror my phone. I don't know why it's not working properly. Um, so I'm going to talk you through it. So to make a basic reel, was okay, bright and early. You're going to see all sorts on my phone here. Hopefully, like I can turn my volume down. Um, you need to, first of all, in my opinion, is be recording content. Okay, this is the most annoying thing, according to Mike, is that I've always got my phone in my hand recording something. So whether that be Scensty content, whether that be lifestyle, whether it be you doing a clean of your kitchen, making your bed, whether it be you walking the dog, whether it be you doing a full wax change of your house, one of the things you need to get into habits of doing is actually videoing yourself. And that's probably the bit that you're going to be like, I don't know if I want to be in my videos. That's going to be the bit you might have to like step out your comfort zone with. Things that are going to help you, a form of tripod is like you can get them really cheap on Instagram. Don't need to buy an expensive one. I have got one here, which is my ring light. Most of you probably already have a ring light if you go live at all. If you don't, I would probably recommend one. You don't need it though, okay? I have been that person walking up and down my garden with that piece of kit when I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a reel in my office today. And Mike sees me walking up and down my garden with my ring light, up and down I go. You don't need one, but it will help you, okay? It will help you. With that being said, you're going to need to be videoing content. So you're going to have to start doing that. And what I've started to do is, as I'm videoing different things, is saving them in different folders so things become a little bit easier to find. If you're an iPhone user, I am an iPhone user, so sorry, Android people, but I'm certain most of the phones work very similarly. All of your videos actually save in one folder under videos. If you didn't know that, then have a look on your phone and go into videos and have a look, because everything you've ever videoed will all be there in one beautiful little neat folder, all in one place. And that for me is a game changer. But when I'm going to make a reel, what I tend to do is I either video the content there and then, or I go back into my videos folder and I select all the videos that I want to put into my reel, and I move them into one album in my phone called Reels. And it just saves me scrolling through months and months and months. Like I made a reel this week that had like Artie as a baby, as a 6-month-old baby. And to do that, I had to go right to the very beginning of all my videos. Can we just take a minute to say that I've got 90,000 pictures on my phone? Okay, 90,000 pictures on my phone. So that's a really simple thing, is find the videos that you want, put them into an album called Reels to help you make the reel. That is going to save you so much time. Biggest tip, and I learned that probably about a month ago. I started doing that because suddenly I was like, oh, it's taking me forever. And then I'd get interrupted. Then I'd forget what I was looking for. So much easier. Set up an album that literally you can just dump the videos for that next reel that you're going to do into. And it just makes it easier to find them, especially if you're looking for older videos. You're like pulling up old videos of you. Okay, the next thing to do is where to make your reel. So on your screen, there should be a little plus at the bottom. You get a little house, that's your home screen for Instagram. The magnifying glass, if you click on it, it will look like this. By the way, if you see something random on here, I think my Instagram is re-evaluating itself, and I had some really random stuff showing up on here, like this week, some really unusual stuff. This is called your For You page. This is what Instagram thinks that you're looking for. Now, if you go to this Instagram page and all you're seeing is Scensty consultants, we need to adjust that. And that will be because it means that you're probably following a lot of Scensty consultants. Okay. As you can see, mine is a lot of gym, and we've got a 6-pack, fat loss 101. We can tell we're in January because of my walking pad. New year, new me, all of that. That is what is in my For You page. These are live. So if you keep pulling down, these are what people are posting right now. And you will notice the majority of what you're seeing is going to be reels and videos. Okay, so that's just something to bear in mind. If you've got questions as we go, just put them in the chat, guys, or unmute and stop me if you need to. The next button is a box with a plus in it. That's what you need to click, and it's going to hopefully bring up your photo screen so you can go into reels. Okay, this is where we're going to make a reel. At the bottom it will say post, story, reel, or live. Obviously if you hit the live button, you're going to go live. That will save as a reel on your phone. So no different to when you go live in your customer group. You can do that on Instagram too. Really good way to get your engagement up and for people to see you more. Okay, something that I think we need to do as Scensty consultants. I don't feel like there's a lot of that going on Scensty. Post is obviously general pictures. If you're going to be posting stories, adding stuff to your story, although I never use that button one down there. And we're looking for the word reel. You want to click on that. Okay. Next thing you need to do is decide what we're making a reel about. Okay. So I am just going to make one with you. So if you click on, there's a little button at the top that says, mine says recent. Yours might look a little bit different. When I click in there, I can click on videos. So now I have all the videos that are saved on my phone and I literally can scroll through and I can go by date. I can pull mine down and I can go to like, here we go, there is me. When was that? January 2023. So that was a year ago. How funny is that? I can pull that back to, I could do, here was me in January 2023. Here is me in January 2025, for example. Very easy to do, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you a basic reel. Hold on. Let's go back to the beginning. Sorry, I need to scroll back. So you're going to pick your video. You could do this while I'm training you. You could make a reel with me, okay? So I'm going to pick me in the gym. Beautiful. Let's do that. So all you do to pick your video is you click on your video and it will highlight it. And you'll get a little button at the bottom that says next. Okay, here's me lifting some weights. Oh, can you hear that? I was struggling. It wasn't very
Brilliant camera work there, I must just say.
Huh?
Brilliant camera work.
Oh yeah, I wonder who recorded that. Laura did. Okay, next step, you can choose at the bottom how long you want to make it. Okay, whether you want it to be a really long reel or a short reel. Let me just talk about this for a second. Reels that are most consumed by the consumer, people that are watching, I would suggest are between 10 to 20 seconds long. People do watch longer form reels. However, whenever I've looked at my insights, people normally lose interest by 19 seconds. That's what it's telling me. 19 seconds is about the longest people watch for. So maybe to start with, a good starting point for you all would be to make some really short videos to start with, just to get in the habit of actually like making a reel. So you can literally drag this along to the length that you want this video for. So you can literally drag that little bar. You can make it for the whole video. That one is 7 seconds. So that's what I've got there. And then I click next. I'm now at the point where I can edit it, and I've got all these little editing tools all the way along the bottom. So all your tools here are, let's turn this down on silent. So we've got the AA is to add text. You've got, I'll come back to the sticker button because it's a bit more complicated. The music sign is obviously to add music. What is that button? No, don't know what that one does. I actually don't know what that one does. I don't use that one. These are the ones that I use. You can cut it with the scissors. The sparkles is like you can add a filter on it if you want to add a different filter on your face or give yourself a bit of a tan so you look like you've been in the Bermudas. If you want to turn the sound completely off of it, you can with the little speaker. The one that looks like a picture, you can add a photo. So for example, if I click that, I can add, say I was talking on the reel and I'd videoed myself talking about the join kit. You then can add a picture of the join kit in over the top of your video. It's just like an overlay. So you could say, I'm going to put a picture of the join kit below, and it pops up on your video. And that is by using the little photo square. So you can add that into your video in there if you wanted. If you are talking, you can use the little CC button. That will do captions. It basically will work out what you're saying and it will bring up all the words on the screen if you're talking. We've got the little microphone, so you can do talking over the top, and then the down arrow will save it. Louise Graham has raised her hand. Are you all right, Lou?
Yeah, Lisa, I might have missed this, right? But you know how you save all your videos in a different album
Yeah.
on your phone? And then you know when you press on the reel button to start adding like your videos,
Yeah.
how do you get that specific album up? Have I missed that?
No, I didn't say. So good question. Hold on, let me go back. Start again. So when you go to videos, mine comes up with a little box that looks like this. It says, by the way, I don't know whether some dodgy video will come up. There shouldn't be
Hang on
anything.
a minute, let's just make it
So it
bigger.
says recent videos, favorites, or all albums.
Oh, right, yeah, I've got
So you
you.
click on all albums
And then you just find the right
and
album.
you find the right album that you want to go. And I've started to sort of like categorize stuff because it just makes it easier, like for
Right,
everything.
got it.
I mean, I'm not particularly organized, but you know, for making reels in particular, it makes it so much quicker. That has been something that I don't have to scroll anymore. So yeah, thanks for asking that, Luke. So that's good.
Well, thanks.
Just keep them coming, keep the questions coming, because otherwise I'll just talk too fast. Right, okay, so back to that reel. Right, what we're going to do next is we're going to add some text on here because that's probably the bit that people struggle with. Your text should be a hook of some description, okay? Hooks generally are something that makes you stop and look. So, for example, um, let me tell you a secret. Okay, if I put that up on the screen, you're going to be like, okay, what's the secret? My 3 top tips to look how I lost £10 this year. Are you going to want to watch the whole reel? You are. You've got to think of something that is going to make someone look and go, okay, I need to watch this because I need to watch it to the end to get the answer. That's what a hook is. Okay, so you need to be thinking, and you can Google these. Chat GPT is going to become your best friend. Okay, my target audience, very important for us as consultants, is me. I think of my ideal customer as a 41-year-old mum of boys that loves fitness, drinks Diet Coke like it's going out of fashion, and um, loves a coat and a pair of trainers and an outfit that I quite often wear leggings all day. But they are my people. They're who I'm looking for on the internet. Okay. I can see Katie Val looking at me. Katie's people, Katie's a hat maker. So Katie's people might be fellow hat makers, but she's also a mum of a little girl who's 2. So she also might be I'm looking for mums who have young children that also have jobs where they're using their hands and making products. That would be her ideal customer. Okay? Because she's got something in common with them. So I need my hook to have something in common with my ideal customer. So mine might be how I upped my weights as a 41-year-old mum in the gym. Now, I know this doesn't link to Scensty. Bear with me on this, okay? I'm going to come back to this. And it's, again, I'm showing people, I'm putting my age in there. Remember when I talked about how age is really important? You want to get that in your hook if you can. So all you do is you click on the little AA button and we write our hook. So let's just say my hook is, I'm going to write, want to know a secret. And that's all I've done for now, okay? It's just in the first writing that comes up. Now, when you click on the writing, you can change your style of text as much as you like. Clicking on the AA will give you options to change all of your writing, okay, all the way along. So that's the first thing. You can choose. You can change the colour of your writing and make it a different colour. You can make it a different style. So do you want it to move, jump, pop? You just got to play about with this stuff, okay? You can't go wrong with it. Do you want it to be in the centre or the left? Where do you want it on the screen? And then lastly, you can also change the boldness, okay? So it'll give you options. Where to put your writing, if it's your hook, it needs to be in a clear space. As you move your writing around, you can you see it says reels at the top of my screen? And at the bottom, it says my name. If you hold your finger on it, it's showing you basically do not put your text there. It needs to be in a clear space because if you put it too low, you won't be able to read it under your name. And if you put it too high, you won't be able to see it because it'll be out of the screen. I've done that before. Really annoying when that happens. Okay. So that's where we're at with the writing. Now, probably the biggest question I get asked is, how do I make the writing appear? Let me just put one of my secrets. So one of my other secrets, I love Diet Coke. I'm not posting this, by the way. I just wrote, I love Dirt Coke. Diet Coke. That's a secret. Okay, so one of my secrets is I love Diet Coke. I've just written that on the screen. Now, a lot of people ask, how do I get it to pop up on the screen so it comes up at a different time? When you click edit video in the bottom corner, you get your editor. This is like your editor for everything, okay? You can literally put the editor to where you want it, choose where you want it to go. So my want to know a secret, I want that to be on the screen first. So you can choose, like if you wanted it to come up second, you just scroll this across and you can see that the writing pops up on the screen. I don't know, you can't see that very well. Sorry guys, I should have tried to mirror this. You literally can pull this across and choose where the writing pops up and when it disappears. So,
Honestly, Lise, you're good. This is really, really helpful. Like it's really clear, so don't worry that people can't see because they can.
okay. All right, thank you, babe.
That's
So as
fine.
you see, I can line that up from where it starts, and you can see my want to know a secret comes up first. I've got you hooked. You want to know my secret. My secret then pops up on the screen halfway through. So hopefully you can see that. Just by playing about with those little buttons, what I tend to do is put all my text on that I want it to say, and then I go in and I edit how I want the text to pop up. I'm telling you, I've done this multiple times before, Laura will tell you, and the writing doesn't always come up right. Sometimes it pops up in the wrong order. Sometimes it disappears off the screen altogether. It doesn't matter, but just get used to having a go with it. To start with, it might be, let's just get a caption popping up on your video. That's all you want to know. As you get good and as you get quicker at doing this, it becomes easier. Soon you'll find yourself pointing to things and all the words popping up on the screen, or you can play about with it in your own time in terms of that. Okay, so now I've got my hook, I've brought you in, I've told you my secret. The next thing is we want to add some music to it because otherwise it's a little bit it's a bit boring if you're just listening to me huffing and puffing in the background, okay? So if we click on the add audio button, it will look like this. Okay? So here's some things to look for. It has changed. So Scensty, Instagram have made it easier because you can now click on trending. Same on TikTok, you can look for trending audios. When you click on trending, it will look like this. Does everybody's look like this? Or I'm hoping they all do. Just let me know in the chat if yours doesn't. If it's got a green arrow going up, that means lots of people are using it. If it's got a red arrow going down, it means it's starting not to trend. Don't use that one. Some of the music that's going to be on here, you're going to be like, that's weird. I'm not going to use that. It doesn't fit. Um, but music and trending audio is really, really important to get in your reel scene. Let's say, for example, you come up with some really cool reel and you add it to trending audio. The trending audio could be the difference to what makes your reel go viral. It's as it could be. I've looked at so many reels sometimes, and I'm like, how has that got that many likes? I don't get it. I don't get how many it's got that many views. I just don't understand it. And sometimes it is down to the actual audio that you're using. Things to look out for. Try and find audios that are trending. So they've got either got the little green arrow going up, or they've got a little arrow pointing to a diagonal to the right-hand corner. If they're pointing up and the reel has got less than, say, 10,000 reels made with it, use it. That's a good audio to use. If it's got like 360,000 reels made with it, then I would suggest avoid it. That's not gonna, well, it might help your reel go viral, but if you're looking for something that's trending, how do I get music on the reel if it doesn't appear on the searches? If you want like a particular song, Kate, feel free to unmute yourself, Katie. It's like a particular song.
Yeah, so exactly that. So I've looked under audio, and I can't find it in audio, but I've found videos of it.
Right. So
Um,
so what I tend to do is at the bottom of the reel in the left-hand corner, it will tell you what the audio is called. It will say original audio by Katie Val, for example. Let's just say it
yeah,
does.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
it might be like song Messy Mix by Dreams and Co. or something like that.
yeah.
If you can see that, write it down. And then when you go onto your Reels page, you can search for any songs here. And 9 times out of 10, you can search for it and you will find whatever it is that you're looking for.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So say you were
Lovely.
looking for an ABBA song, for example, let's just say, I could go onto here and say, look, there's a Mamma Mia song that's had 259,000 reels, ABBA, that's trending, that's being used. And so you don't have to use what's there in front of you. You can search for other music.
Yeah,
I'm lazy. I use what they're recommending, and it's just easy. I just find it easier. But I know some of you will be like, well, I want a specific song. Well, you can search all your songs all you like.
thank
Um,
you.
that's all right. So that's how you add your music. So let's just add a song to this. Original audio, when you click on that one, That's mostly going to be people like speaking reels. When you hear them, like, let's just play this one. I don't even know if you'll be able to hear it actually. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that very well. Oh, no, that's me in the gym. So that's an original audio, for example. It basically means someone has made the audio and it's going viral. Okay, original audios are quite good to use. So again, you could pick anything like that, but you need some sort of music on it. Okay. Hold on, I've just lost what I was doing, which is helpful. Right, okay, next step. So we've edited some. What have we done? We've got our hook. We've got our. Tell me if I'm going too fast, by the way, guys. We've got our hook. We've got our caption that we've put on the screen. We've got our music. We now have our video. You can add extra clips to your video. So, for example, if I wanted to add me doing a different exercise in the gym, there's a little button. I'm going to turn the sound down. And the button looks like a little square with a play, like a little triangle in it, and a little plus. When you click on that, it will allow you to go and pick another video. So again, you can go to your videos, pick another video. It's me in the gym again. More video and of Laura's. These were yesterday's. Again, I'm going to trim it to how I don't want it to be like 15 seconds long. The viewer is going to be boring watching me do squats. And then I press next, and we now have one video. I think, Angela, you asked this the other day. One video now flows into the next. And you can literally click on each video as a separate entity, and you can shorten them. You can speed them up. You can slow them down. I'll show you how to do that. So this one, if we watch, press play. I'm squatting. Nice and slow, or slowish. Let's just make that a little bit faster. So if I click on that video, so I'm going to highlight the video. Down the bottom, it now says I can cut silences. Very clever, that one. Voice effects. I can adjust like my light and my brightness. And then there's speed. When you click on speed, you can make it go faster. So here is me now squatting. And what I love about the speed on Instagram, rather than doing it on your actual video, is that it doesn't make it so fast that you can't watch it. Time lapse on my phone, I don't know about you guys, it makes it sometimes so fast. You're like, whereas this is a nice speed up. So if you're doing a wax change, really great that, say your wax change takes you 20 minutes to video, you can upload that and you can condense that into probably like 40 seconds, 30 seconds by using the speed button. So you can play about with that. You can either make something faster or you can slow it right down into slow-mo. Laura, I can hear you talking on this. It's hilarious. In slow-mo. So you've got those options as well.
Sorry, I was just going to say about that when you said about, oh, this was us in the gym again. Totally like what Lisa said at beginning, guys, about like getting comfortable about recording. People do still take the mick out of us in the gym. They're like, oh, I've got the cameras out again. Like, here they are, the Scensty girls. But they're joking. Like, so what I mean is, like, just people aren't worried about what you're doing. People are just in their own little world. So, like, I understand it takes time, but just do it. Just don't worry about it. Just get your camera out. People might say the odd thing, but honestly, they still say it to us. But then actually, they probably want us recording them and recording their form. So don't worry about it.
I think more people have been using their phones in the gym, recording their forms since we've been there.
Yeah, 100%. They've got confident in doing it.
I mean, and if you go out with Laura, she will make you like video yourself in Lakeside Shopping Centre and all sorts, honestly. So, but
they were good, those reels.
It makes good content, okay? So don't be afraid to be in your videos as well, because I know that is a big thing for a lot of people. Is like, I don't want to be in my video though. I just want to have the video turn around. Be brave. I promise you, you will inspire somebody else who's in your age category, or you know, one of your friends might be like, oh my God, I never knew that you did that product or whatever, or they have a moment where they're like, oh, I feel that too because you did something a little bit, you know, at the end of the day, you're not making these videos for your friends and family. You are making these videos for your future customers. That's why we're trying to use Instagram. This isn't about, you know, making a whole load of videos to be like, look at me. This is about trying to find new customers. And with the focus being on new customers, this is the perfect time to try a new platform. I asked Scensty recently, I was like, can we please have some training on Instagram? So, you know, it's a platform that I feel like we just need to embrace and give a go to, and hopefully this will help you. So there's loads of things you can do with your clips. If you put multiple clips on there, there's a little reorder button. So if you click on that, you literally can drag where you want your clips to go. So there might be like, so it's like in chronological order, or like from, you know, when your kids were little to them growing up, if that's what you want your videos to show. You know, it might well be that you've got videos of like your Scensty office from the beginning right to now. I always think about doing that as a reel. It'd be a great, like, you know, behind the scenes and how things have evolved reel. Those type of reels people love to watch, like a transformation of something, renovations, if you're doing home renovations, all of those things. Okay. What other things do I need to show you? Right, there's loads you can do with this, like import audio, I've never done. Okay. You've done a pee while watching, Lou. You've done one while watching. I thought you meant you've been on the toilet having a wee while I was like, lovely. Let's hope that don't make that into a reel. I don't think that will go. Mind you, you may well go viral, Lou. Let's see that. I bet you go. Just peed in the bath too. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, let's say I've been doing a lot of voiceover reels, which I'm not going to lie, I don't particularly like listening to my voice, okay? But they seem to be, people like to watch this. I want you to think about what content do you watch on, you know, like Instagram? What makes you go, oh, I'm stopping and I'm watching that? Is it people that have lost weight? Is it people that are cleaning their house? I seem to spend a hell of a lot of time watching people do stuff in their own homes and then not do it in my own. I don't know. Like, tell me in the comments, what do you watch on Instagram? What are you watching on Instagram Reels right now? Sorry, my kids and my husband are outside in the garden, like as you do. This time of night. They've just got back from my mum's. We're having our bathroom done. We've got no bathroom. So they've been and had showers at my mum's house. Why I'm here doing this. I've had peace for 5 minutes. Okay, tell me, yeah, what type of content you watch, and I'll come back to that. Okay, that pretty much is it. The next thing you do is you press the blue button and you'll get this screen, which says write a caption and add hashtags and edit your cover. Okay, really simple. If you edit your cover, at the bottom, there's like a little slider. You can choose where you want your cover to be. Now, if you don't want your cover to be something in your reel, you can click add from camera roll and you can choose a still photo to go on your like reels cover. Okay. However, I will just say, research I've done, accounts that are growing, it doesn't need to be all prim and proper. Instagram used to be that everything needed to look pretty and everything needed to look perfect. It's not like that anymore. In fact, Instagram seems to be favoring non-perfect, which I love. I feel like it's the time to get involved in Instagram, because it used to be that everything needed to be all the same color and have a filter on it and all look the same. It's not like that anymore. You now can literally just throw the spaghetti at the wall. Funnies about cats and dogs all day long. I love that. Are you a cats person? Do you have cats, Katie? Oh, she's got 5 cats. You're a cat lady as well. That's part of your target audience. There you go. So that literally is all you need to do. The next part is you write your caption. In your caption, try and write something that captures attention. Think about things that you know, ask a question. This is where you want to get people commenting. So for example, I've just given you secrets about me, and I've told you my secret is that I love Diet Coke. No secret there really, is it? However, so you could put in your caption, tell me one secret about you. Your aim is to do 3 things, okay? These are what you want your reel to do. 1, educate people so they want to send it to a friend, okay? Your aim is to think about, I want somebody to hit that little arrow and send it to a friend. So if it's that your cat's being funny, you could video that and put that on, because more than likely someone's going to send it to a friend. I watched this girl doing a reformer Pilates video earlier. Laura, you might have seen the same one because I know we both follow the same person. And she literally fell through the reformer machine. I must have watched it about 4 times, and I sent it to a few people. And you find yourself sending, that is what you would call like, that's not educational, obviously, but it was something that made me laugh, and therefore I shared it with somebody else because I thought that's going to make them smile. Think about what you guys, some of you guys send me, or think about what you send each other, what you send your friends. Like, honestly, like I think about that, and that's will give you an idea on some ideas of things that you could create. Okay. Other things that you want it to do. If it's educational, or you're saying to someone, I've just bought this walking pad and I absolutely love it. I've just bought this warmer, the scent of the month warmer. It's absolutely beautiful. And you create something that your customers might hit the save button because they are inspired by it. They want to save it for later. Or I get people save the most random reels and I think, why would someone have saved that? I just don't understand. And that's there's like a little bookmark. I'm going to teach you something about that in a minute. That's like a really good tip for follow-up for you as consultants. So you've got that little save button, and then lastly, you want people to interact and engage with you. But one thing I don't want you to do is to judge your Instagram performance by the next 5 reels that you post, and if they get no interaction whatsoever, it doesn't matter. Realistically, for the next 3 months, you need to throw spaghetti at the wall, if you've ever heard that term, okay? I would be playing about with different types of reels, learning how to use them, and they don't all need to be about Scensty. For now, I would be doing 1 Scensty and then 1 or 2 about you as a person or your target audience. Who do you want to buy Scensty from you? Okay, say it's, I said to you, 41-year-old mums that love Diet Coke that probably think they're a little bit perimenopausal. I might make content, if you see me writing about that on my Instagram, you know that they're the people I'm trying to reel in. Because if I've got something in common with those perimenopausal 41-year-old mums that's not Scensty, they might land on my page, follow me, engage on a couple of reels, and then they see in my stories or they see on my next reel that, oh my God, she sells Scensty. I need that warmer of the month because it's beautiful. I'm going to buy it. That's how Instagram Reels works. And it might take you a year to start selling on there. But for now, it's trying to work out, okay, who am I talking to? Because if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. And I think that's a really big tip for everybody, even in just on Facebook, on TikTok, face to face, wherever you're selling. And I've noticed that you start to find that actually your audience are like a similar group of people. You start to notice that you attract this similar vibe of people. And it's because if you're doing that, it means that you're being authentic to yourself. You're showing people who you really are. And it doesn't matter if you're sweary, show people that side of you. It doesn't matter if you're really messy, show people that side of you. There will be a group out there for you somewhere. I made the mistake of trying to be too perfect on Instagram for a really long time, thinking that people needed to see a perfect home, a perfect kitchen, when really my life's not like that. I'm literally an overstimulated, running late all the time person that doesn't cope most days with life and generally doesn't have an organized things to do list. Yes, I'm good at what I do, but it's organized chaos everywhere. And that's how I like it. And there are people out there that are my people that will be like organized chaos, overstimulated, perimenopausal mothers that love a bit of fitness and Diet Coke that literally will resonate with me. So you need to work out who are those people and then just make reels. But remember, it's okay to sell Scensty in your reels as well, because I think we quite often get so like, oh, I need to make reels for this person. And then we just forget what we're doing. Or we do the opposite and we just make Scensty. And people they literally fall on your page. They take one look and then they're out the door. So this is where you've got to get a balance. And that's why I would just be like, for now, 1 of each, and then you can't go wrong. And you don't have to make a reel every single day. You can post twice a week. to start with, just to, get yourself more confident using them. As you feel more confident, you can post more often. You can also save reels to your drafts. So my drafts actually looks like this. I've made quite a few reels that I haven't posted. I'm going to save that one to my drafts. So at the top here, it says camera, you've got camera, and then it says drafts. I've got 13 drafts there. They're all reels that I've made, all ready to post. Some are actually duplicates of ones that I've already got on there. But they're all drafts. And if you really post something and you don't love it, you can delete it and save it back to your drafts, edit it, and either post it or feel another day when you're feeling it, and then post it when you're feeling it a bit more another day. That's an option for you as well. So one thing that I have learned is it's not all going to work overnight. You've just got to start being a little bit consistent with it and being like, do you know what? I'm just going to put myself out there and give it a go, because it might be this time. Say you did that every day and you posted a couple of reels a week for a whole year, consistently talking to your people, and you drip fed Scensty in there. What happens if your sales go from nothing on Instagram to suddenly making 300 or 400 PRV a month on Instagram? You would be like, well, and I tell you what is really, really good. This will help you. There's an app called Inst Down, INST Down. I paid for it, but you don't need to. You just have to ignore the adverts. You can literally download all of your videos to your phone, and then you can literally copy and paste them to TikTok. I do not know how to use TikTok, but I've had more followers on TikTok than I've had on Instagram in the last month, like a lot more. And every video I post, I seem to get more. And then what started to happen, this is what started to happen. I went in the playground this week, and one of the mums said to me, I'm really invested in that thing that you're doing. You know that Stacey Solomon, you're doing like posting a reel a day in January. And I was like, well, I'm just doing it really for myself to be consistent. And she was like, I'm really interested. I'm really like into that. And then one of the other mums went, oh, I'm invested in your bathroom being done. Now, they've never commented. They've never liked. I didn't know that they were watching. I had no idea whatsoever. But they are, and that people are always watching. And that's just something to think about. Don't be looking at the metrics of, oh, this many, no one liked it, no one followed it. People are watching, and people are more likely to see reels than any other form on Instagram. You can follow a few people as well that are like exactly that, Louise. 15% of non-followers. What if that was like 50% of non-followers, and then you get a few new followers? You did that every day, that metric will go up and go up and go up. There's a few people you can follow on Instagram, and I would only recommend looking at one or two of their pages, who will help you. I really, really recommend Jackie Richards. If you're not following her Instagram, she's at the Jackie Richards. She used to be a social seller, or she is still a social seller, for a company called Saint. They went to affiliate mode, and she lost her whole team, and now it's just sales. But one of her things that she does is she teaches network marketers to sell on Instagram. She does a free training Friday every single Friday, and I have learned so much from her. I paid for her, one of her Reels courses was like £27, and I paid for that, and it was worth every penny. And I also actually bought one of her, it was something like 50 hooks for like 15 quid or so. It was cost me about £15, and it gave me 50 hooks, and they're in a PDF I've got stored on my phone. And I literally was like, yeah, I can use those, and I can tweak them slightly. That for me was a good investment, because once I've got the hook, making the content's easy. ChatGPT, if you've never used it, is fantastic, because when you know your target audience, let me show you. Let me just share my screen with you. Please excuse my 9,001 tabs that are open, but it's a bit like my brain. Okay, if we go here, hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? ChatGPT. I was going to call it Chat GTP because I did a GTP as my teacher training. I can't see if you can see this, by the way, guys. So hopefully if someone can, all my comments have disappeared. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we can see it, babe.
Amazing. Right. Okay. So if I put in here, right, let's say, for example, let's do Katie. I'm going to use you, Katie, because you're a good example. So sorry, Katie, she didn't know she was going to be my guinea pig tonight. So Katie, mum of, no, please create me Instagram hooks for mum of 2-year-old girl who loves cats and makes handmade goods. Who let's just do this first of all, okay? Okay, here we go. We now have, this is like AI, Judith. So we are literally asking AI, and this is free, okay? Completely free. So Katie could now, if she wished to, come and pick one of these. When you're juggling toddler tantrums and crafting magic, anything is possible. How amazing is that? Very, very simple. There's loads on here. You can get loads, okay? We now can say, and we prompt it a little bit more, can you also add in can you also weave into this that I am a Scensty consultant. Very clever, this guy. Absolutely. So here are some hooks we can and now, okay, so here we go. Between crafting and handmade goods and filling my home with cozy, Scensty scents, life as a mum of a 2-year-old and cat lover is pure bliss. What's your favourite scent for a cozy home? I'd say that's more of like a caption, but it will do the hard work for you if you know who your target audience is. Okay, if you know what you want your reel to look like. You can also, if I log into this, you can see like different things that, bear with me guys, I'm just going to chuck my dog out 1 second. Sorry, tapping on the door to go out. It's been a pain. So you can literally put in what you like. I mean, this isn't just for Instagram. I mean, you can create me a post about coconut, lemon, grass, Scensty products. I'm sure I've seen this post flying about a bit. But for example, you can use this to do almost anything and it will create. You just need to read some of the stuff that it does throw out because some of it is there have been like the odd thing I've seen that's not been particularly compliant. So just read it and just, tweak it. But you could have, for example, create hooks for reels for menopausal women aged 45 upwards who need Scensty in their lives. So here we go. That's a bit of a challenge. Here we go. Stressed out, hot flushes, and needing a moment of calm. Let Scentsy's soothing scents help you find your peace. You can see that we've got here like you can see that it's like giving you it's addressing pain points. So if you don't know who your target audience is, you can use this to help you. Okay, you can use this to think about, okay, who's my what do I want to improve about someone's life? Why do they want to use Scensty? And that's kind of like, yeah, you can with this, Francis, you literally can change the wording slightly. It's just an idea for you to help make it easier because 9 times out of 10, the thing that makes us struggle with posting a reel is not knowing, one, how to do it, 2, what I'm posting about, 3, how to draw in interaction. And that sort of app will help you if you're not feeling particularly creative. What you don't want to do is just go and copy and paste somebody else's because Instagram shadow bans, things like that, and it won't show your reel. It's really like funny about things like that. Right, I feel like that's like a lot of information. Is there anything in particular anyone else wanted to ask? And I'll see if I can help or answer. I don't know whether I've like overcomplicated it, maybe. Let me know.
Honestly, it was really, and I just need to echo, and I know I've said this, but like you, and I know you know these guys, but honestly, Lisa has helped me so much with reels. Like, I remember standing in Lakeside and like, all right, I videoed us walking, but then she was like, did you know you can do this? And did you know you can cut this? And did you know you can slow it down? So honestly, just thank you for doing this, because I think all the time, I know you said you're not an expert, but all the time that you have invested with Jackie Richards and stuff has been like really, really helpful. So it, honestly, really, really clear. And obviously people can watch it back and pause it and, you know, listen, re-listen to stuff.
Honestly, if I look at some of the reels that I made when I very first started making reels, they were terrible. And they've got easier and easier and easier. I've got quicker and quicker and quicker. Um, you can also like pin reels to the top of your Instagram. Really good idea. Because your three things on the top of your page should maybe be like a start here that tells a bit about you as a person. Like that's a really good easy reel to do first of all is introduce yourself. If you want to find your target audience, sit and write down all of your pillars, okay? Like I've given you so many examples tonight, like using Katie as an example. And it could be that you could make a reel with a clip showing each of those different things in your life. And it might well be that I'm a grandparent, I love walking by the sea, I absolutely adore home fragrance, I love my quirky wallpapers in my house. I'm an absolute Disney fanatic. There's so many different things that you could have about yourself that other people will go, oh, me too. And remember, that's what you're trying to create. You're trying to create something called Me Too moments. Tina, I only have one Instagram account. And my Instagram account is a creator account. Don't use a business one because if you use business, you have less music options. So use creator if you can. So a normal personal account, and then you can switch it to a creator account, I believe. And then creator will give you all the options and it will open up all sorts. But yeah, that's a really good reel that you can pin to the top. I would have something maybe about you, something about Scensty, and then something that's non-Scensty as well, maybe. Or like a how to order you could have if you wanted to. I mean, I literally could go on about Instagram. We could talk about bios. There's so much we could talk about. But now you've got the basics. I would love you to give them a go. Feel free to drop me a follow if you're not already. Like, I don't even know what my Instagram handle is. At the Lisa Allwood, I believe it is. The _ Lisa Allwood. Feel free to drop me a follow. And if you've got any questions, you can inbox me directly and ask me. And I will do my best to help you. I'm trying to think of who else to follow that's quite good with Instagram training. There's another lady that I follow, someone Mackenzie. Hold on, let me find her. She's good. Mackenzie. No, maybe that's not her name. I will try and find them. I know Pure Girl Social is quite good. Her name is Pure, Pure, Gal, GALLUS, Social. Or her name is Rachel Rue Grant, and she's a social media strategist. So quite often she will share things like, use this trending audio today, and she will share audios before they blow up. She might give you like an example of how to do. I don't know whether any of you seen my reel a little while ago where I was screwed into a little ball. It was her. I learned like a step-by-step guide of how to do that on her reels. And worst case scenario, if you're really unsure, Google is your best friend. Google doctor it, and ask Google how to do X with a reel, and it will come up. But yeah. So I really hope that was useful. I really hope you got something from it. I will upload this to YouTube and then you can share it with your teams. Anyone that missed it, you can share it. And if you have any questions, give me a shout. I can't wait to see loads of reels. Tag me in your reels so I can come and comment on them and be like, hi, I'm really impressed, and give you some cheerleading and love. I just want you to be brave with it. That's the one thing I want you to do, is be brave. It doesn't matter what your reel looks like. It doesn't matter if it's inspired by Laura's or mine or Louise's or Angela's or someone else's. It doesn't matter. But just start posting, start getting out there and find your people on Instagram. Find your people. Right, guys, I'm going to go now. I think it's time for me to go and have a shower at my mum's, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Bye-bye. Oh, she says, can't end it.